Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a question and answers video. So I asked you guys questions on my Facebook fan page, and if you would like to be included in these question and answer videos, then make sure you are liked to my Facebook fan page so the next time that I post for questions, you can go ahead and add yours in. So the first question comes from Eliza, and she says, do you ever regret making YouTube videos? And I wouldn't say I regret it. I mean, there are some times when I think like, why am I doing this? And that's normally when I get like negative feedback and people are being mean in the comments and stuff, and maybe sometimes I feel like, you know, why did I subject myself to like being judged on the internet? Like, these people don't know me, they don't really know anything about me besides the fact that I like makeup and fashion and clothing and stuff, and there's so much more to me as a person, but they don't see that. But for the most part, I'm really proud of my YouTube and I'm really happy with my YouTube. And I definitely think if you make videos, you'll go through times when you're kind of down and maybe you are kind of frustrated, I guess, just with your channel, and like maybe you feel like you don't have any good ideas, or you feel like people don't appreciate your videos, or they're not liking the videos that you're putting out. But I think that's just kind of with everything. Like, you just kind of have to move past that and then kind of focus on things like the positive parts of YouTube and the things that you do like. So I definitely don't regret it, but there are definitely some times when I just get kind of frustrated with it, I guess, and maybe I feel kind of down about it. Sandra says, if you could have one wish, what would it be? And it would be to spend more time with Ben and to have more time with him. He passed away on Christmas of last year, and we were really good friends, and I just feel like, you know, when that happens, it really shows you like how important your friends are and how important your family is, and just, it made me really think how much more I want to make sure that everyone that I love knows that I love them every day, and I know he knows that I loved him, but I guess I just wish to have more time to spend with him. He always was happy, he was always nice and saying nice things about other people, and he just really inspired me to be a happier and nicer person, so I would wish to just be able to spend more time with him. Nancy says, how do you manage everything you do and not stress out? Well, like I said, there are definitely times when I am stressed out and I feel kind of overwhelmed, but for the most part, I think getting a schedule together is obviously the most helpful and kind of obvious question. I decide, like, when there's a day that I feel really good and I'm just in a good mood, I film a bunch of videos, so then throughout the week I can kind of just upload them. And I try to do that about 2 to 3 times a week, and then the rest of the week, obviously, I'm focusing on school and stuff, and then I have the weekends to hang out with my boyfriend and my friends. So I just kind of don't ever feel stressed out that often, just because I feel like I try to balance everything that's important to me. And once you kind of get that balance that works for you, it kind of helps you not get stressed out as much. Shelby says, are you still being homeschooled? And yes, I am. I'm actually a junior, but I'm supposed to be graduating just a little bit early. So I am going to continue being homeschooled, and yeah, it's working out pretty well for me. The main reason I was homeschooled is because I was traveling a lot, and it was really hard to be missing school and then missing that class and stuff. So I'm actually doing online schooling through UT, which is the college here in Austin, so it kind of all works out. Marissa says, I think you should do an Austin meetup, and I've had a few requests to do an Austin meetup. I guess I feel like I wouldn't have that many people show up, but then again, whenever I'm out and about, like, I tend to meet a subscriber pretty much like any place I go, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, I've met subscribers just at the most random places, but pretty much anytime I go out to a restaurant, or I go to the mall, or like an event. ACL is actually this weekend, which is Austin City Limits Music Festival, and I've already had a bunch of girls say that they're going to be there and they want to come say hi. So if you are there, definitely come say hi to me. But yeah, I mean, if you guys would be interested in doing an Austin meetup, let me know. I guess I've always just felt like people wouldn't show up, but then when I go out in Austin, I always meet people, so I guess maybe that's a silly way to think about it. But yeah, if you live in Austin or close to Austin and you'd be wanting to come to a meetup, let me know in the comments. Lisa says, are you a cheerleader? And no, I'm not. I was a cheerleader in middle school and in elementary school, but I actually tried out my freshman year of high school and I did not make the cheer team. Brianna says, what are your opinions on high school relationships? I think for the most part, they're good for learning about yourself and learning on how to work with other people and like problem solve and just kind of figuring out what you like and don't like in a person. And I know, like, obviously when you're in high school, you're not really like out in the real world yet, like getting a job and, well, like a real job, and I guess like paying your own bills and living on your own and all that kind of stuff. So I know that all kind of comes into play when dating someone and like after high school. So I know that kind of stuff doesn't really go on during high school relationships. So a lot of people think they're like less important. But I definitely think that for me, the reason that I support high school relationships is because I'm in a high school relationship with my best friend. He's just my best friend. Like, he makes me so happy. He knows pretty much everything about me, and I know pretty much everything about him. We just, I don't know, we're so comfortable with each other, but then we also really love each other a lot. So for me, I think if you're in a high school relationship with someone who's your best friend, I definitely think they're good, and I definitely think that they can teach you a lot of good lessons, and they're fun as well. Gabby says, if you could tell yourself something right now when you were 12 years old, what would you say? I would definitely say you're probably in middle school, because I know I was in middle school when I was 12, and it gets better after middle school. I had kind of a rough time in middle school. I mean, 8th grade, which I think is like 13, 14, was probably like the most difficult year of my life. I was being bullied a lot, and I think I was a little bit like just kind of depressed. And I just think that, you know, when you're in middle school, everyone is growing up and changing, and peer pressure really starts to happen in middle school and especially high school. And I just think, you know, try to be the best person that you can be and make decisions for yourself. You know, don't let your friends influence you too much. I know in middle school and high school, a lot of people just kind of only do what their friends think is cool, or, you know, maybe they do something that they don't agree with just because their friends agree with it. So I think try to remain your own person and make your own decisions. And yeah, just try to be the best person that you can be, and know that after middle school it does get better. I think it did, at least. And I know middle school is kind of a tough time, and I think it's kind of a tough time for everyone, just because you're kind of growing up and you're just becoming less of a kid and more of a teenager and stuff. So, you know, just stay strong, and you know, it'll get better soon. Cassie says, describe yourself in 3 words. So I would think that I am loyal. When I really care and love about someone, I care and love about them a lot, and I try to always make sure that I have their best interests and that I don't, you know, do anything hurtful to them and stuff. And I also really stand by people like my friends, you know. I try to support them on everything that they do, and I try to just always be there for them no matter what. I would also say I'm kind of shy, maybe just cautious, I guess. I think I'm overall like a pretty like silly, funny person, but I don't really show that side of myself to everyone. I kind of save that for people that are in my really close group of friends. So I would say when you meet me, probably you might think I'm a little bit shy. And the last thing I would describe myself as is determined. When I have something set in my mind or in my heart, I really go after it, and that can be good and bad, but for the most part, I think it's a good thing. Robin says, do you believe in regrets? And I do believe in regrets, because I believe in realizing your mistakes and learning from them, obviously, so you don't make the same mistake again, or you can avoid that. So I would say I don't necessarily have a ton of regrets, just because I try not to focus so much on them. I try to kind of take what I learned from them or what happened from them and kind of apply it to my future. So I do believe in them, but I try not to focus on them. Olivia says, what's your favorite place you've ever been to? And it would be Jamaica. It was just absolutely so beautiful. The people were so friendly and fun, and just, I don't know, the music was awesome, like the reggae music. And then just Jamaica was beautiful. Like, the water was the bluest water I've ever seen. It was, you know, so much like greenery and stuff. And I don't know, it's just a beautiful place, and I really loved it. Jasmine says, do you think you changed when you and Justin got back together? And yes, I do. I think I grew up, you know. I got older, and I became more mature, a little bit smarter, and just definitely more appreciative of him. I think we had been dating for so long that we had kind of started to get to that point where we just kind of didn't take each other, we kind of started taking each other for granted, and kind of taking our relationship for granted, and not realizing just how special it was and how much we cared about each other. And, you know, we both had time to kind of date other people and like see other people and stuff while we weren't together. And honestly, like, now looking at that, that was one of the best things that we could have done, because we both realized how special our relationship was and how much chemistry and how well we got along together only from seeing how it didn't really work with other people. And I think that's something that it's kind of hard to wrap your head around, especially if you're in a relationship right now and maybe you're breaking up, or maybe you're going through a phase of wanting to like date other people to see if you're more compatible. But honestly, if you guys are meant to be together, it'll just work out that way. And that's kind of like what happened with him and I. I'm not gonna say I had given up on being with him, but after we broke up and, you know, almost like a year passed, I didn't really think we were ever gonna date again. And then, you know, it all happened so quickly and we started dating again, and it's better than it was. And yeah, I'm really happy. I know I ramble a lot about him, but I get a lot of questions from you guys about our relationship and stuff, and I like talking about it because I think I have an interesting approach on it, just because we did break up and get back together, and I think that our relationship is actually better now than it was previously. Jessica says, at what age did you start doing videos? And I guess I was 14, so I was in 8th grade. Yeah, I was 14, which is funny. Now I'm 17, so yeah, it's been 3 years, I guess. Wow. Alright, so those are all the questions I'm going to answer today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll have my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook all linked down below if you want to check them out. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.